Hey everyone, welcome to Continuous Thunder. Today we're going to be talking about the latest self-titled album from WEEZER, also known as the Black Album, out now on Atlantic Records and Crush Music. Everyone already knows this, but WEEZER are alternative rock veterans that have been around since the early 90s, and it seems like they've had songs on the radio, both old and new, ever since. Especially since their cover of Toto's Africa went viral last year. If you count the Teal album from January this year, the Black Album is Weezer's 13th studio album and the 6th of their self-titled albums that goes by the color of the cover. They are nothing if not self-aware. Despite the dark title and cover, this album is anything but. It's definitely more of a continuation of the pop rock that was found on 2017's Pacific Daydream. Production is super slick, and there are really no massive walls of distorted guitars like the band is known for. The contrasting White album from 2016 is actually a heavier sounding album than this one. Now, I don't fault WEEZER for going in this direction. It's clearly the direction that modern alternative rock is going. In fact, I was a little curious to see if Rivers Cuomo's infamous songwriting algorithms could produce some quality music for this modern alternative landscape. Turns out the answer is kinda. The Black Album kicks off pretty strong with the album's first promotional single, Can't Knock the Hustle, a song about gig-based jobs like driving for Uber. It's a fun and delightfully quirky track with a slight Latin influence in the instrumentals and a vocal hook that's sung in Spanish. In a way, it's exactly the kind of pop track that I wanted from WEEZER. The same goes for the next track, Zombie Bastards, the second single from this album and probably my favorite one on it. This one even hints back to their more guitar-centric sound, with chugging chords in the chorus that are reminiscent of their song Beverly Hills. After that is the album's third single, High as a Kite, which is a piano-based ballad about wanting to disconnect from everything, not just the bad, but also the good. Just disconnecting completely so you can be absolutely nothing but yourself. It has a slight Beatles feel, and I don't know how, but the band pulls it off, and it's just an overall pleasant experience. Next is the album's fourth single, Living in LA, and easily the weakest of the four. It sounds like the band was trying to do a modern dance rock track like Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance, but with uninspired lyrics and almost no enthusiasm. I know it's kind of Rivers Cuomo's trademark to sing like he's bored, but it makes a track that already lacks in personality have even less. Now, if you were paying attention, all four of those tracks were promotional singles for this album, and they were released in the order that they appear on the album. And this isn't the first album that I've listened to this year that's done this, and it's quickly becoming a pet peeve of mine. It just feels lazy to put all of your promotional songs front and center on an album, and it's especially bad when they end up being the strong tracks on that album like they do here. Yeah, unfortunately, the drop in quality on Living in LA was an indicator for the quality of the rest of the album. There is one slightly better track in I'm Just Being Honest. The lyrics are classic WEEZER, but the instrumentals are just generic pop rock. I don't hate the melody or the composition, but it's too perfect and it just isn't interesting at all. The rest of the tracks are just disappointing or forgettable. Piece of Cake is both melodically and lyrically sparse until the bridge, whenever you're told basically the entire story that the song's trying to tell. Too Many Thoughts in My Head tries to be dense and manic, giving a musical sense of the title, but ends up failing at being interesting or memorable. The Prince Who Wanted Everything is about the artist Prince, but it's hard to tell if it's a positive or a negative tribute, and no matter what it's trying to be, it's just not very good. Byzantine is a lazy and confusing attempt at sounding summery and Caribbean, and the album closer, California Snow, is a song that the band provided to the soundtrack of a film. It references trap music and it just feels like a leftover from Pacific Daydream. In the end, I give the Black Album a 2 out of 5. It's the fourth time that they've tried to go in a more pop direction on their albums, and it's the fourth time they've more or less failed. Rivers' algorithms and spreadsheets might be attempting to write the perfect pop song, but it's becoming clearer that they only really work whenever he's writing traditional WEEZER songs. But that's going to do it for this round of Continuous Thunder. I'd like to know your thoughts. Did you listen to this album? Did you like it? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Go ahead and leave those down in the comments, and you can also leave suggestions for the next thing that I should review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to know whenever I have new content out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.